Hi, everyone. I wanted to walk you through the curriculum updates that we have to make today on March 24th. This is very similar to what you did last year when we switched over our 21st century skills to the career readiness skills. So it shouldn't take too long, and it's something that can be done pretty quickly in this half day. But I wanted to show you how it works for those of you who haven't been here for this or forget from last year. So you can see my screen. I am in Atlas. I like to look at these standards before I click off on them because these computer science and design thinking standards are largely geared towards computer instruction. So our STEAM teachers, some of our science teachers, but there are aspects of these standards that should be sprinkled into all subject areas and all grade levels in the district. So, but what I like to do is I like to read through them all first and kind of make note of which ones would be applicable to my course and to my units so that I'm not always jumping back and forth. So I like to do it this way. When you go into reports, you can run a standards overview report. You're going to choose the 2020 Computer Science and Design Thinking Standards. And I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick. For me, I like to see everything from a bird's eye view. So I choose all three bands that are applicable to Little Falls. And when you do that, you can see that this first column here is all of our K2 comp science standards. The second column is all of our 3-5 standards. And then this last column here is our 6-8 band. So take a look through, you'll see that some of these standards are very geared towards our computer and STEAM classes. But as you get down to impacts of computing, data and analysis, algorithms and programming, you can see that there are ways that you use these standards in your class. We do a lot of data analysis when we're talking about grades. In math and in science, we use algorithms. So lots of us in our science classes and even in our math classes, when we're doing projects, use the engineering design process. So take a look at these standards, make note of which ones would fit into your course and into your units. And then when you are ready to make those updates, you can go into your course. Now, I'm just going to choose a course real quickly to save some time. This is my language arts course for grade 3. Now, when you are ready to update these standards, you're going to go into a unit. You're going to make sure you are in edit mode. So that is up here, this little toggle. You have to make sure you're editing. And now you can click here to choose your standards. Now, what I want you to notice in this particular unit, this is unit 1 in 3rd grade ELA. Notice last March, they updated their career readiness standards. They have their content area standards, right? Our language arts standards. They have added some social and emotional learning standards. Believe it or not, those are not a requirement just yet. So kudos to them for doing that, but that doesn't have to be there just yet. And now they've got their 2014 technology standards. These computer science and design thinking standards that you are going to be updating today will eventually replace these 2014 technology standards. You don't have to touch those 2014 standards just yet. All you have to do is click on the 2020 computer design standards and leave those technology standards right there. So you will go in, choose standards. You will choose from here, computer science and design thinking. This would be the grade 5 band. And you would go down here and just click on these boxes for the ones that you would like to use. Don't forget to hit save. And don't forget to check out the computer science and design thinking practices at the bottom here as well. Now, while you are in here and you are updating these computer science and design thinking standards, please make sure that all of the other standards that you need populated are populated. We are up for CUSAC next year, and we did so much work 3 years ago to update these courses that I want to make sure that you still understand what is required. You definitely need these new computer science and design thinking standards. So you'll do that today for your half a day. But while you're there, make sure that you are also aligned to those 2020 career readiness and life literacies and key skills standards. Those replaced those 21st century skills last March. So make sure you have those clicked off. Also make sure you have your subject area clicked off, obviously. Also make sure that any interdisciplinaries are clicked off. So if you are an ELA teacher and you're using some movement, maybe you'd like to click off some health or PE standards. I know my math and science teachers often use those interdisciplinaries to knock out some of their other standards as well. Also, if you are a history, social studies, science, or other tech kind of teacher, make sure you are also checking out those, I'll show you them, those literacy and history, social studies, science, and technical subjects 612. So those are for my middle school science, social studies, and technology teachers. And that is it. Thank you so much for your work today. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you're having trouble with your login, also make sure you reach out. These updates have to be done by June. So please make sure that if you haven't finished them today, that you are finished before the end of the school year. Thank you so much for your help. Spring is on its way. Have a great day.